I picked up the cutlet with my fork and we walked to the square. The USSR girl and the girl who hit me on the back were there, chasing each other. Is that some kind of game they're playing? Ilyana, enough running. I'll tell everyone to Olga Dmitrievna. Aye, Captain. I decided not to question Slavia for a while about what was going on or the local residents. Better meet with this mysterious Olga Dmitrievna first. Sounds like she's the boss here. I'm gonna just say Olga for now because it's getting a little bit harder to say Dmitrievna because I don't know how to say it and I'm not Russian. We walked past the rows of almost identical cabins, some of which looked like fat beer barrels, while others looked more like household sheds. Finally, Slavia stopped in front of a smallish one-story cabin. It looked like an artist's painting. The faded paint chipping here and there with age was sparkling in the sun. The window shutters, slightly ajar, were swaying almost unnoticeably in the wind, and huge lilac bushes were growing at the sides. I'm terrible at reading right now. It seemed as if this ramshackle hut was drowning in a storm of purple silk, and the lilacs, like some elemental force, were inexorably destroying the troop's leader's house. What are you standing around for? Let's go! Slavia snapped me out of my daydreaming. And stop teasing Lena already. Who are you? Lena. Sounds like there's someone inside. Indeed, a moment later the door swung open and Uliana ran out and dashed past with the same mischievous grin. The pigtailed girl came up next. Don't let it bother you, Lena. So her name is Lena. Gotta be thankful it's not Rena, at least. But I don't. Instead of finishing her sentence, she blushed and quickly headed towards the square. For some reason, I felt like turning and following her with my eyes, but Slavia said, "Come." We entered the cabin. Inside it looked something similar to what I'd imagined. 2 beds, a table, a couple of chairs, a simple carpet on the floor, a wardrobe. Nothing special, but at the same time it felt homelike and cozy, although this room was almost in the same state of disorder as my own flat. The girl standing near the window appeared to be about 25 years old, and I can see how old they are just by looking at them. Nature had obviously gifted her with a pretty face and a good body. Yeah, that's how I also look at girls the first time I see them. Oh, that's a good body. She's 25 years old. At least one thing can keep you happy in this pandemonium. The locals are beautiful. You're finally here. Excellent. My name is Olga Dmitrievna. I'm the camp leader. Nice to meet you. I'm Semyon. I decided to talk as if I wasn't surprised by anything that was going on. She came closer. We've been expecting you since early morning. You've been expecting me? I just fell asleep on the bus. That's why I'm here, honestly. Yes, of course. And when does the next bus come? And why do you need it? Yeah, right. Why would I need it? I don't know. I'm not going home anytime soon, so... Guess I shouldn't ask direct questions. The people here may react to them quite unlike how I prefer. And I doubt I'd get any answers. No reason, just curious. By the way, where are we exactly? Our mailing address, I mean. I wanted to send a letter to my parents to tell them I got here fine. Because, I live with my parents. For some reason, I had the desperate idea that if I played along, I would find some way out, whatever. I will find something out, yep. Oh, but your parents called just half an hour ago. Sent the regards to you. Wait. Okay. Now that's a surprise. So, can I call them? Because I forgot to tell them something before I left. No. No. You can't call home. You're here now. You're never going home. She gave me a sweet, spontaneous smile. Why not? We don't have a phone here. Then how could my parents make a call to here? You can't trick me! I've just come back from the district central town. I talked with them there. Ah, so that's how it is. How did you get there, if I may ask? And can I somehow get to the town? No. She kept the same smile. Why not? Because the next bus only comes in a week. I decided not to incur. I decided not to incur how the troop leader managed to get there and back. I would get no answer anyway. All these times Slavi was standing next to me and seemed to find nothing odd in our conversation. Oh, we need to find a uniform for you. I got absolutely no desire to put on a pioneer shorts or to wear the ridiculous red neckerchief. However, wearing winter clothes in summer isn't a great idea either. Right, thank you. I wonder if I'm the only one here who finds it strange that someone's wearing a coat and winter boots in such heat. Rightio, I'll be off then, and you can get yourself acquainted with the camp. Don't forget to come to dinner in the evening. Having said that, she walked out of the cabin. No, walked is not the right word. She rushed out. Oh. I ended up alone with Slavia. I must go too, got things to do. Take a walk, look around the camp a bit. See you in the evening. If there is no threat or catch to this, then this... Excuse me? If there is no threat or catch to this, then this reality, as embodied by Slavia, becomes more and more appealing. For the first time today, I realized that it was awfully hot here, although obviously my winter clothes were to blame for that. I took off my coat and dropped it onto the bed. My pullover followed it. I was now wearing only the shirt. That's much better. All I could do now was follow their advice and go look around the camp. I'll try to find something out in the meantime. Passing the local resident... I thought I was gonna burp. Passing the local residential district, I saw a pioneer guy coming my way. It's other guys here! Yes! I'm not the only guy. And he was really a pioneer guy, not a pioneer girl. Apparently there were men, even in this kingdom of Amazons. Hello, you're new here. You must be Simeon, right? And how do you... Everyone knows already. I'm Electronic, by the way. The real one. You can call me that. Electronic? Really? Is that your name? Or is this like some kind of a hint that you're actually a animatronic or a robot? Electronic was a robot character appearing in popular Soviet film and book series. He looked like an exact copy of a school kid called Sergei Chiskov. Electronic, the real one. Thanks for going from crazy to completely insane. Alright. Uliana also calls me Cheesy. So you are a robot because Cheesy Co? Yeah, Cheesy. On toast with mushrooms. Because my last name is Chiskov. It is! I see. Let me show you around. So this is a robot, basically. I accepted his offer as it would have taken much longer to get to know this place alone. Fine, let's go. We ended up at the square again, as if this place was all there is to this camp. Yeah. Lena was sitting on one of the benches reading some book. Electronic confidently approached her. Hello, Lena. Meet the new guy, Semyon? He started briskly. Hello. Well, you could say we're already met in a way. Yes. She looked away from the book for a moment, glanced at me, blushed, and went back to reading, as if not noticing that we were still here. Alright, let's go on. She's a shy one. I think she likes me. Because if a girl looks at you and looks back at the book real quickly again, while blushing, there is a... Ow. I bit my tongue. It is a sign there. I was at first surprised that meeting this girl was reduced to a couple of words, but then I thought that it was better that way. Electronic's vigorous activity did not fit well with Lena's shyness. Let's go. Next we came to a building which I instantly identified as a canteen. And this here, I know this is where you consume organic food. Yeah, something like that. On the canteen's porch stood the unfriendly girl who hit me on the back earlier. At the sight of her, my joking mood vanished in a blink of an eye. Really, now is not the best time to be pulling this guy's leg, even though he is quite hilarious. First, I need to figure out what's what here, or at least where I am. Her over there, that's Alisa Dvashevskaya. Be careful around her. He spoke in a whisper. Diva means two in Russian. The whole nickname sounds exactly like Chuch in Russian, a reference to the late Chuch anonymous image board. I don't get what that means, but it's okay. I also know that Diva is a character in Overwatch. Don't ever risk calling her Dvache. She doesn't like that. What did you say? What did you call me? She must have heard him. In the blink of an eye, Alisa jumped down from the porch and dashed towards us. Alright, you'll manage from here onwards. Electronic took to his heels. Bye! I'm just gonna do nothing, because I'm not gonna run after him now. Alisa, running past, stopped for a moment and growled. I'll deal with you later. Deal with me? Why did I run? Exactly what I was thinking. What did I do? I added a forced guilty smile to my words. But what am I guilty of? She made no reply and carried on chasing Electronic. Looks like I have to kill time alone waiting for dinner. I decided to go east, at least in the direction where east would be in my world. You know, we got north and we got... I don't know where the things are. I don't know where that means, so east is probably to the left. That's what I say. If I'm going somewhere, I don't say east, north, south, west. I say left, right, forward, or backwards. That's much easier. Soon after, I found myself near a football pitch. A game was in full swing there. I guess watching it for a bit wouldn't do any harm. In my childhood and teen years, I was not a bad player myself and even thought of going professional, but a few injuries in a row killed my desire to risk my health for the sake of an uncertain chance in the game. Just like, not really like me. I just stopped playing football because I lost my leggings thing. Yeah, I lost my legs, and I couldn't go to football practice because I wasn't allowed if I didn't have full protection. So I stopped because I lost them, and I didn't have enough money to buy a new one. Because I had a bad time growing up. We had little money when I was growing up. And Donald Trump saying, oh, you had it so hard, but he got $1 million from his dad. I didn't get shit. I got $2 from my dad once. Kids of different ages were running around the pitch. I could see a boy of about 10 and a girl of about 14 years old. A girl. Hey, that's Oleana. Alright, so she plays football. What's so surprising? She seems a restless one after all. I was standing quite far from the pitch, but she still noticed me. Hey you! Oleana shouted. Wanna play? I didn't know how to answer. On the one hand, running around for 10 minutes is no big deal. On the other hand, any wrong move in my situation could be my final one. But in any case, my attire wasn't suitable for this weather. If I played in winter boots and warm jeans, I would sweat like a pig. And playing barefoot and without jeans would be simply unethical. Maybe another time, alright? I shouted in response, turned around and walked back. I was followed by Oleana's screams about my pants or about me being a pansy or something like that. Excuse me, you're fucking 5 if you call someone pansy. Jeez. Evening was falling, making me feel tired and empty after a day wasted with no real purpose. I came back to the square, sat down on the bench and gave an exhausted sigh. I better sit here and wait for dinner. After all, it's easier to search for answers when you're not hungry. Yeah, they do give food to the people here, right? You know, it's curious how the simplest human needs can break the will to ponder on things, to strive for something. For example, I feel hungry now, so I care much less about where I am or what is happening to me. Could Greek people also be affected by this? And in that case, how did Spartacus stop the slave uprising in ancient times? Wait, why did you think about that for no earthly reason at all? I can only conclude that I'm not a great person, and it does not really matter which mechanism I serve as a gear in society, the matrix, or a weak pioneer cap. My thoughts were interrupted by the sound of bells chiming from a loudspeaker on a light pole. It must be the dinner call. I headed towards the canteen. It was a good thing that now I knew where it was. Excuse me? Olga was there, standing on the porch. I stopped and looked closely at her, as if I were expecting something. She looked back at me for a while, but at last came closer. Simeon, what are you waiting for? Come in already. Guess nothing bad can happen if I go with her. My stomach backed me up here. But it's so many people. It's so many guys too. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe that is electronic, or maybe that is him. I don't know. Maybe that is him. Maybe that is Slavia. I don't know. Maybe. I'm just trying to see if I can see the cat lady here, because that would be an Easter egg, I believe. But I don't see any cat ears on people here. If you see that, please tell me. Because I do not. I think that is Miku right there. Because that is the only one with light blue. That hairstyle looks so familiar. Holy shit, I don't know where I've seen it, but I know I've seen it. Oh my god. Where's that guy? But it's the only one with light blue long hair, so that has to be Miku. Come on. The face is a little bit scary though. Doesn't look like a face from here. Excuse me. Now I have that hiccup. You know when you cough and you have the hiccup at the same time? I hate that. The two of us went inside. The canteen looked like a canteen. Good job. Applause for you. I had a chance to visit a factory canteen at some point in my life. This one was exactly the same, just maybe a bit cleaner and more modern. Metal chairs and tables, glazed tiles on the walls and on the floor, and sophisticated tableware with the occasional crack. Guess that's what a canteen in the pioneer camp's supposed to look like. Simeon, wait a moment. We'll find you a place to sit. She looked around the place. Dwashevskaya, hold it right there. Olga shouted at Olisa, who was passing by. What? What's up with your clothes? Anything wrong with them? Indeed, her attire looked somewhat provocative. Get your uniform nice and neat right now. Alright. Olisa got her shirt right and walked past, shooting an unpleasant glare at me. What did I do? So where can we find you a place to sit? There weren't a lot of free seats. Go over there, next to Uliana. Yeah, it's fine. The food's already on the table, too. I had no other choice but to accept. In common Russian language, kotleta, cutlet, is minced meat fried or baked in the shape of a ball or a cylinder, close to American patties. Compote is a drink made by boiling fresh or dried fruit in a large amount of water. Compote in French. I actually knew that one. I knew the compote. Because I know someone that made this once. And that's cool. Of course, there was the probability that the cutlets were poisoned with curare, the mashed potatoes generously seasoned with arsenic, and the glass filled with excellent antifreeze instead of compote. What? But it all looked so tasty that I had no chance to resist. Hey, what do you want? I replied rather rudely to Leon, who was sitting next to me. Why didn't you play football with us? Because of my clothes, said I, pointing at the source of the problem. Oh, alright then, eat. However, there wasn't much left to eat. My cutlet was missing from the plate. Only she could have done it. No, more precisely, none but Uliana could have done it. Give me back my cutlet. In a big family, you snooze, you lose. It can cost you a cutlet if you are careless. Give it back, I'm telling you. Attempt to take the cutlet. Do not attempt to take it. It's mine. I looked at her menacingly and was about to reach out my hand. See, I don't have it. And indeed, Liliana's plate was empty. It seemed that this little girl eats as fast as she steals someone's cutlets. Take it easy, we'll work something out now. She grabbed my plate and ran off. There was no point in following her if they wanted to poison me here. They could have done it in a much easier way. About a minute later, Liliana returned and handed me the plate with a streaming hot cutlet on it. Here's one for the starving. Thanks. It was all I could say. I was so hungry that my suspicions were gone in a flash. Wow, she actually gave me food. I picked up the cutlet with my fork and... The music turned very, very metally. What the? Some bug? No, not a bug. An insect! It got legs and it's wiggling. It's Liliana. The plate fell to the floor and broke into pieces. The chair hit me hard on my leg while falling. I've disliked insects since I was a child, but when these creepy crawlies appear in my plate, that's just way too much. You little. Liliana seemed ready for such a twist and was already at the door, laughing as if she had just heard a fresh stand-up comedy joke. I dashed after her. Yeah, get that little piece of shit. We ran out of the canteen. We were just a few dozen meters apart, and I felt I would catch this little girl easily. We ran through the square, past the club's house, and ran onto the forest path. I started to gasp for breath. I should have quit smoking again. Wait. Where is all this coming from? I didn't know I was smoking. I didn't hear anything about smoking when I was waiting for the bus. Well, you can't really smoke at a bus stop, I guess. The people does it either way. But you didn't smoke to the bus stop place while you were walking over there. If you're a smoker, you will probably smoke on the way there. I know because I have a mom that smokes, and I used to have a dad that smokes, but my dad didn't really care where he was. Even if it was a sign saying do not smoke, he would stand there smoking. While there was sometimes he actually went out of the train station. When we were at the train station, he was just walking past the little station house. He just walked past it and standing on the other side because that was where the road was, and he was just taking a smoke. I should have quit smoking, I guess. Liliana passed out of sight on the next turn. It can't be true that she managed to get away from me. It simply can't. I stopped and tried to catch my breath again. Night was falling. Looks like I'm lost. It's a bad idea to stay in the woods at night. Better get back to the camp. Well, if it is in a certain area that is close by because of the camp, it should be okay to go into the forest. You wouldn't be lost. It's not that big of a forest if it's in a camp, right? However, I had absolutely no clue which way to go. Well, gotta choose at random. I wandered for quite some time in the forest and even thought of crying for help, but finally I saw the camp's fence beyond the trees. Everything fell back into place. Now you just follow the fence and you'll get back. The bus is gone. I mumbled quietly. On the one hand, there was nothing strange about that. The bus couldn't just stay there forever. On the other hand, it meant there was someone driving, because buses do not drive themselves. Or do they? This world seemed too normal, but every event here had at least two explanations for it. An ordinary, real, everyday explanation, and a surreal one. Now, when you say this world seemed to be too normal, I would say this is far from normal. Certainly, the driver could have just been off for a snack and left too soon, and that's why. In any case, this is not the place for me. Whether that bus drives itself or not was probably an important question, but it was much more important to know how I had got here at all. And where this here was. Sorry, getting too much coughing going on. The fields and the woods stretching towards the horizon had no answers. There was nothing familiar about them. A strange, odd, and alien world. However, at the same time, it was absolutely not frightening. Even my self-preservation instinct decided to resign from its job, or all this running around the camp and the local pioneers had lulled me so much with their carefree normality that I was simply forgetting what had happened to me just a couple of hours ago. Although I probably just had no strength left to worry. All I wanted was some peace, calmness. I wanted to just have a break from it all, and only after that would I continue looking for answers, ready and reloaded. However, that would be some time later. And what about now? Can I allow myself to relax? It got completely dark, and in any case, it was better to spend the night in the camp. I was about to head back when someone came up silently from behind. Hello, what are you doing here so late? It was Slavia standing before me. I was so surprised that I jumped. So, you didn't catch Lena, did you? She smiled. I nodded disappointedly inside. No wonder. No one ever has. Yeah, she's a real rocket girl. She could have found a better use for her energy than looking for adventures. You must be hungry. You didn't manage to have dinner after all. Indeed, I had completely forgotten about my hunger, but after these words of hers, my stomach drew attention to itself by giving a traitorous rumble. Slavia smiled. Let's go then. What, is the canteen still open? It's alright, I have the keys. The keys? Yes, I have keys to all the facilities in this camp. How come? Well, I'm something like the camp leader's aide here. I see. Well, let's go. It was an offer you can't refuse. Especially if you're hungry. When we reached the square, Slavia stopped in her tracks. Excuse me, I should warn my roommate that I'll be late. She's so punctual herself that she'll be worried otherwise. You go on to the canteen and I'll come in a minute, alright? Alright. I really did not expect to find somebody aside from myself there at such a late hour. And that somebody was apparently trying hopelessly to open the door. Without any secret thoughts, I walked up onto the porch. Of course it's her. The lockpicker turned out to be Elisa. I should have probably kept off and waited. She looked at me intently for a while, then said, Don't just stand there, give me a hand or something. Meaning, help me open the door. Why? 'Cause I want some buns and kefir. Dinner wasn't big enough. Kefir is actually milk. Different kind of taste, I guess? Is that really a good idea? Aren't you hungry yourself, huh? Ileana didn't let you have a normal dinner, did she? She smiled sarcastically. It's true, she didn't. It's fine. Slavia will come now and... What? Guess I shouldn't have said that. I'm off then. And you'll pay for this. You owe me 2 already. What? Having said that, Elisa disappeared into the night. What was the first one? Probably the electronic guy just said something and she was like, you're in trouble. Slavia didn't keep me waiting for too long. Is everything alright? Yeah, why are you asking? No reason, it's nothing. It would be better if I didn't tell her about Elisa. Everything's fine. I said that and immediately heard a note of dishonesty in my voice. Well, shall we go? As for Slavia, she seemed not to have noticed anything. Yeah, I just said that. Or at least she was pretending she hadn't. We entered the canteen. Wait a bit, I'll go get something. I sat down on a chair and obediently waited for my savior. My dinner was simple, a few buns and a glass of coffee. That's just what Elisa wanted. No wonder, I bet hungry pioneers finished everything off. However, even that was far better than most of my usual diet. Slavia sat across the table and looked at me while I was eating. Is there something on my face? No, just she smiled. So how did you like your first day in the camp? Well, I don't really know. It's silly to ask someone who suddenly found himself in a different reality whether he'll like the food in the canteen, the camp leader, or his assigned hut. It's alright, you'll soon get used to it. Slavia stared out the window dreamily. Frankly speaking, I have no desire to get used to such things, but as for her, she doesn't know. Or at least she wants me to think that she doesn't. Well, all in all, it's nice here. I had to somewhat break the awkward silence. Do you think so? She asked without any interest. Yeah, this place is so... I want to say retro, but I managed to hold that back. After all, it was retro for me, but what about them? It might be the only kind of life they knew. If the term life was applicable here at all. So how? She watched me closely, as if something important depended on my answer. Well, I don't know. Lovely. Yeah, it's lovely here. I guess you're right. She smiled again. It's very good that you think so. Why? Well, not everybody likes it here. And what about you? Me? Yes. I love it here. It's great. And you don't need to worry about what other people think. Well, I don't really worry, Slavia laughed. This conversation seemed to be leading me far astray from where I wanted to go. And you're worried yourself. Really? Why do you say so? Well, when someone is chewing so intensely... I'm sorry. It's okay. I couldn't bring myself to be more cautious around this girl. But why her in particular? Why not any other local inhabitant? Every one of them looked completely normal to me. Precisely normal, so normal it sends chills down my spine and into my marrow. Normal, not like a neighbor with the power drill in one hand and the subwoofer in the other. Not like a passenger you can often meet in a subway or on public transport. Not like a coworker at the next table in an open plan office. And not even like a friend who only differs from other humans in this constant insistence. All of them looked normal, as I would expect them to be, with their own downsides, but without any superpowers. Why is this game so much off? This is going so much off-road for me. Why do you keep talking about this? And Slavia was also cute. I glanced at her stealthily, not knowing what to say. I'm sorry, I wanted to show you the camp, but ran off my feet. I didn't miss anything while on my own, I guess. Are you sure you haven't missed anything at all? I missed one thing, but I'm good. She smiled so brightly that I had to drop my eyes in confusion. Well, how would I know? It's my first day here. Okay, and what have you seen so far? I've seen Square, this canteen, the football field, and what about the beach? Just from afar. You really should go there, or let's do it together. Just so I can see you in the bikini again. Yeah, okay, we will. Her naturalness started to scare me, but then I thought, what if everything that happens here is how it's supposed to be, and this world looks strange only to me, while for them it is normal? Maybe I was thrown into the past. Yes, that would explain a lot. Yeah, totally. Can I ask a stupid question? No. Slavia smiled and stood up from the table. It's late. Can you find a way to Olga by yourself? Of course I can, but why should I go there? She'll settle you with someone. What for? Probably this question seems stupid because Slavia bursted into good-natured laughter. You need to sleep somewhere, right? That makes sense. Fine, I'll be off then. Good night. Night. It's strange that she left in such a hurry. A bundle of keys left in the door lock caught my attention. I was going to catch up to Slavia, but where does she live? And knocking on every door during the middle of the night didn't sound like a bright idea. I don't want to leave the keys because of Elisa, so I'm going to take them. I better take them. I'll give them back tomorrow, because who knows what happens here at night. Such thoughts gave me chills. It's me who needs to be careful here in the first place. The night, though dark, wasn't silent at all. One could hear chirping crickets, the song of the night birds, and rustling trees from everywhere. A sudden desire to follow Slavia's advice and go to the camp's little cabin appeared. I don't know why, but the sight of the unknown bronze builder of communism put me in a constructive mood. I sat on the bench and started to recall everything that happened today. That was all my constructive mood could offer. Here was much brighter than near the canteen, and tardy pioneers were running by, so this place didn't seem scary at all. Bus, summer camp, girls. I was so tired from everything new and strange that I could not come up with a single explanation for what was going on. I heard a barely noticeable rustle nearby. I shivered and looked in that direction. A girl, reading a book. It's Lena again! I decided to move closer and talk. She was the only new person I had met here without exchanging even a few words. Hi, what are you reading? Lena was so surprised that she even jumped. Sorry, didn't mean to scare you. Never mind. She blushed and stared at the book again. So what are you reading? On the cover was written, Gone with the Wind. That book is so good. A good book. Thanks. Honestly speaking, I haven't read it, but I think that such literature suits her very well. Lena didn't seem to be interested in continuing the conversation. Well, if I'm bothering you, no. She answered while still looking at the book. Can I sit beside you for a while? Why? And really, why? Maybe just because I was very tired and having company is better than being alone. Maybe I wanted to try to find something out from her. I carefully examined Lena, but no, I doubt that. Well, I don't know. I'm not allowed to. Feel free. But if I'm bothering you, no, you're not. I can't leave. Just say everything's alright. Okay then. I sat on the end of the bench carefully. After such an intense talk, staying here was the last thing I wanted, but it wouldn't be nice to just stand up and leave. That didn't really go well, huh? Lena hasn't answered anything. It seems I made a fool out of myself. I bet if Liliana was here, she'd have a good laugh at me. Do you enjoy being here? I recalled the Slavia's question and thought it would be a good start for a conversation. Yes, she smiled slightly. I guess I like it too. Lena definitely isn't very sociable and probably can't carry on a meaningless conversation as easily as Slavia. There was something about her that attracted attention, like a momentary glimpse of her reflection in the glass on a rainy autumn evening, which makes you turn around and stare into darkness, searching for something that you saw out of the corner of your eye. Of course you weren't able to distinguish or understand what it was, but it still felt so tempting. Lena was still reading the book without paying any attention to my presence, and I had no intention of asking her anything about this camp or this world in general. Beautiful night, yes. How in the world would you start a conversation with her? It's late, I have to go. Yes, it's quite late. Good night. Night. That was, good talk. There was something strange about this girl. At first glance, she's typically shy and modest pioneer girl, but the mystery of Lena took its own place in the massive list of mysteries about this camp which I had started to put together in my head. I guess I could just end it there. I mean, it's starting to get a little bit boring about all the talks and stuff, but I think it will be better as soon as we get to meet Hatsu and Miku, which is probably in the next episode, I believe. Because then we are going to be able to go to the library, because they got a library here for some reason. A music room, where, of course, she will be. And, they even got what is it called? Where the nurses are, you know, that kind of place. I think they have that here too. So yeah, we haven't even met all the girls. There is still one more girl remains. And that's Miku, if you didn't know. And of course the cat girl, but I don't know how to get to her, so we'll see if we can get that this time. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll be seeing you later. Take care. Wash your hands. Bye-bye.